Alright, hello everyone, this is 707 Bros Town with another video. This time we're gonna draw Eevee. So here's an image of how he's gonna end up looking like. So if you guys want to draw him like that, then just follow the video. So I am gonna put the reference picture on now just so it can help you guys as we go. But first we're gonna start by doing just a circle for the head, and then we're gonna do a straight line. So we're gonna split the circle in half and then do a straight line down since he is facing forward. So yeah, so now I'm right now I'm just working on the shape of the face, and then I do this line right here just so I can know where the eyes go. It's just to help us place the eyes. You guys don't have to do it, but it just makes it easier for me. So hopefully it could make it easier for you guys too. And the side of the face, he is kind of like straight. It is kind of straight. It's kind of flat. So it's not that perfect circle. And he does kind of look like a how do you guys call him, a chuvy, because the he's really small. I did him really small. I didn't doing that big, so the lines come out a little bit thicker compared to the size, so he does look funny, but still he still came out good overall. So you guys could do them a little bit bigger than I did just to make them look a little bit more better. But right here I do another line on top just so I can know where to place the eyes. And then this is what I'm doing right now. It's just because like I have a hard time doing eyes. Um Maybe you guys are better than me. So right here, like, I do one eye way bigger than the other one. And I have a hard time doing the eyes the same size. And one of the reasons why is because when I'm recording, I'm not I don't have the picture like straight on. I'm looking at the picture, the drawing, or I'm drawing kind of like an angle, because I don't want my head covering the drawing because I have the camera on straight on top. So sometimes I might do some mistakes that are really noticeable, that when I'm drawing I can't notice them, or they're not that noticeable. So right here I'm doing the shape of the ears. And it's, like I said, it's just a rough sketch. Usually when I do a drawing, I do rough sketches and then I do the actual drawing. So the shape of the ear is kind of like a diamond shape. And then just try to make them even, the same length and thickness. I'm not sure if I keep them or I go back, because once I finish drawing I end up going back to the drawing and changing anything off camera, just to get a better look at it. So right here I'm doing the, it's not the mouth, is it? It's the mouth. And then the highlight on the eye. It's just so just for you guys. I don't necessarily have to do it now. And then I start doing, I make a point of where the fur is supposed to start or end. So just make it like a point and then do one side and look at the details, like on the hairs, on the reference, and then start on the other side and just go from there. And then what I do is I mark where the fur ends or starts, closer to the head, and then I just meet up with the bottom, and I do the same over here. Just try to make them the same height on each side. And the line that we did at the beginning for the mouth helped. So yeah, so that helps. And then right here I'm doing the leg, the body. So I use the side of the face, the head, to do the body, just to make them a little bit more accurate and proportional. And I'm doing the legs. So my my drawing comes out a little bit more cartoony than the actual reference, but hopefully you guys do them a little bit better. And then right here I'm doing the, what is this, the tail, or is this the other leg? I can't seem to remember. Oh wait, this is the leg, right? The hind legs. And then right here I'm a little bit off. I started a little bit off one side is not straight, but like I said, I have a hard time seeing things like this, looking at the drawing from an angle. But it's kind of off because the right side is a little bit like um, higher than the left side. But those one of the things that you guys could pay attention on yours, and just try to make it even. So yeah, now this, like, I just do a simple shape, and that's for the tail. And then I do the bottom, the toes, just do the shape. And then I do the other side for the toes. And like I said, I started off wrong, so he's kind of like slanted to one side. So now that we got the basic shape of Eevee, now we're gonna do the tail. So start on one side where it ends, and then where it starts on the other side, and then just meet up in the middle, just to make it more proportional. And now that we got the basic shapes, we could go back and do the actual drawing, because this is just a rough sketch. And then I use a mechanical pencil, which I'm getting right now, to do the final drawing. And the only reason I like using I use mechanical pencils, it's because it gives me a finer line, and it makes it a little bit darker. So right here I'm going over the shape of the head, which I like how it turned out, so I'm using it. I'm gonna stick with it, and I use it. So when you guys doing the actual drawing, you guys could you guys don't have to follow your rough sketch. The rough sketch is just to give you an idea of where everything goes and where everything's supposed to be. And right here, like, as you guys can see, I am following the rough sketch. So when you guys do it, just try to make it as accurate as you can. That way, when you guys are doing the actual drawing, it just makes it easier for you guys. So right here I'm just doing the ears, and I'm not sure if I got them the same length, but that's one of the things you guys need to pay attention. Like I said, these things are not that noticeable on the angle that I'm drawing them in, because my head is like a foot away from the actual drawing, and I'm not looking at it straight on, like straight ahead. I'm looking at a side view, so there's things that are not that noticeable unless I pick up the drawing. But I don't want to do that because I don't want to change the video, you know what I mean. And then right here I'm just doing the hair, and I think I could have made the hair a little bit more better. I made it too stiff. Maybe that's one of the things you guys, that's one of the reasons I put the reference on screen, so you guys could use that for the details, just so you guys get a better idea. And then I'm doing for the ear, just try to make the gap consistent all along the ear. That way it could turn out a little bit better. I could have done Eevee a little bit more better, maybe if I would have done it a little bit bigger, but I wanted to make most of the evolutions, or as many as I could fit in one page. So as you guys can see, there's Jolteon, which I think came out really good. I like how he turned out. So if you guys want to learn how to draw Jolteon, I recommend you guys go watch my video on how to draw them. I have them on my channel. I also have a playlist where you guys could go watch all the evolutions, because I'm gonna do most of them. So right here I do it's not straight. As you guys can see the picture, it's kind of like a curvy line, so I do end up doing that. And then I do a better line right there. It's just I make it a little bit light, and then I start doing the eyes and the mouth. So this line right here is for the mouth, and then I believe I do another one for the eye. I don't remember. So right now I'm just making it a little bit darker for the camera, but I wouldn't normally do it that dark. So yeah, so this, the other line, this is for the bottom of the eyes, and then I do another one for the top of the eyes, and that's just so I can know where the eyes go and how high they go, and just to make them a little bit more accurate. Although I still have a lot of trouble doing this, especially when I'm recording a video, since I don't have the image right in front of me. And then that's the nose, and then I use that line for the mouth. And yeah, so it's just, you guys could look at the reference, and then I just do a curve down, and then it just goes back up, start on the other side and me in the middle. That way it could be a little bit more accurate and proportion. And then I erase the what's it called, the reference lines we did. So I'm just cleaning it up a little bit. He overall, I think he ended up looking a little bit stiff, but you guys could always make it better than me. This is just a rough tutorial on how to draw them. So yeah, so now I'm doing these lines because where the mouth starts, like the ends, is where the eyes go. So that's why I'm doing those lines. I'm basing the eyes, the length of the eyes compared to the nose with the mouth, if you guys get what I'm saying. And then I do another line to get the gap on the sides to the eye. So now I know that the square that we did is where the eye is supposed to go. So it's just to make us know where to place the eye, how big, and just try to make them a little bit close to the same size and look. But I still have a hard time, even when I do this, I still have a hard time making the same, making the eyes the same size and shape. I'm just not that good with eyes. Right here I'm just doing the little brows that he has. I'm just erasing the reference lines that we did at the beginning. Like I said, I don't normally do them that dark. I just did it for the video so the camera could pick it up. And then I go back and I fix the eye a little bit. And then I go back and I change the other one. On the final picture, because I do outline it with Sharpie, and my hand was a little bit shaky, so it's really kind of noticeable. I don't know if it is that much, but it's kind of noticeable that the line's a little bit shaky. So I'm not really happy with this side compared to the other one, so I do change it. But I can still see the rough, the what's called, the rough, the reference lines that we did at the beginning. So I do it, and I made it way smaller than the other one. So I go back and I change it. Like I said, I always have trouble matching eyes. Like, I don't know, probably it's just me, or most of you guys have the same problem, but it's something really annoying. And then I give up, so I try to make the other one smaller. And then I can still see the I don't think you guys can see them on camera, but I can still see the reference lines we did at the beginning. So I'm using those. So now I get a little bit closer to the same size, and I think I leave it, yeah, and I just do the highlight on the eye, and then do it on the other side. And he looks kind of derpy right here. Oh my god, it's cause like this, like I haven't when I do these drawings, I do them at night. I do them like 2, 3, 4 in the morning, and I don't do the voiceover till the next day, around the evening. So when I'm going over the video, there's some things that just look really funny and mistakes that that I can't believe I did. And the eye, the highlight makes them look really derpy. But like I said, it's all because the angle that I'm looking, drawing them. And now that I have them like head on, like straight, like, you know what I mean, I'm noticing a lot of things that I didn't when I was drawing them. So yeah. And then right here I'm just adding a little bit more detailed on the fur. So he does kind of look a little bit derpy. He looks like he's I don't want to say it because there might be a lot of kids watching this, but he just looks really happy. And looks like he's not stressed whatsoever, if you guys get my drift. So right here I'm just making the outline a little bit darker, making the final outline, and then I'm using the reference as a reference, but I'm not completely following it, although I do most of it here on this drawing on Eevee. And I'm sorry that my hand's covering most of the picture. It's just that, like I said, I'm doing him really small, so when I'm drawing him, of course my hand's gonna go over most of it, especially when I'm doing the left side. and I do have pretty big arms, so I mean hands, well arms too, but yeah, it doesn't help. And then yeah, so basically I think we're done most of it. Now we just need to do the body, and yeah, and also the body. I didn't notice till I finished the drawing that both sides are not equal. One side is a little bit higher than the other one, but like I said, when I'm doing the drawing, I don't really notice these things because of the angle that I'm watching it. But that's one of the reasons I put a reference picture on screen. That way you guys could use that to help you guys instead of following exactly everything I do. The toes, just try to get the right number of toes, don't add too many. And then yeah, erase the top because it doesn't have that line. That was just a shape to help us place it. And then the butt, little line that signifies the butt, and then the toes. And then just use the reference, just all those details, just pay close attention to the reference, and try to stick as close as you can to the reference. See, like right here, one side I did it way bigger than the other one, cause since he is like at a straight pose, then they should be more on the same size. And then right here it does have the line on top of the toes because it's kind of like the knee area. And then right here it's just the tail. And then yeah, so, and I do end up coloring them in color pencil. This is not a coloring tutorial. I just color it just for the just to make them stand out a little bit more. I'm more of a just drawing using pencil kind of guy. I've never colored my drawings until I started doing videos on here, so I'm not that good at drawing, I mean coloring. So I use color pencils. I do have markers. I got Prisma Premier color markers, but I don't have a wide I can't pronounce that word, so I won't say it. I won't even go there. I don't got a lot of colors. Like I just have the basic colors, and I don't even have some of the primary colors. Like my blues aren't regular blue. Some of them are like light blue and dark blue. So I don't have most of the colors that I need to color Pokemon. So on some of my other videos I do use them, but like I said, I don't have all the colors. So, and then they're really expensive, so I can't buy them right now. So I use color pencils because they're cheap. And for example, I bought a box of 64, but they're half the size, but it's still there's more. So it's 64 for like 13 bucks on eBay, and that's what I end up using on all these videos. So yeah, so that was Eevee. Now here I'm showing you the end product, how I colored them, colored him, and I think he came out good. I used a Sharpie for the outline, and so the first thing I did was I outlined it, everything, and then I let it dry for probably, I'm gonna say, 2 minutes, just so give it enough time for the ink to dry. And then I went back with an eraser and just erased all the pencil marks. And I think I didn't do that bad job coloring them. I think he came out right. I still like how he looks. And what I did was I like I said, I outlined it, and then I erased all the pencil markings. And then for the color, I used kind of like a brown, a really light brown, and I went over all the areas that were brown with it, like I filled everything. And then I used the darker brown for the darker area. So, and I didn't press hard at all. I went really light on the pencils. And then for the darker areas, I used kind of like a reddish brown, just to give it some contrast, although it's not really that noticeable. And then I just left the first brown that we used, the first layer, for highlights. For example, they're not that noticeable. For example, there's one in the forehead, but you really can't tell. But there's some. And then at the bottom, at the chin area, it's a little bit darker. I used the darker brown. And I did the same for the legs. For the shadows, I used the darker brown. But first, I went over everything with the regular um, a brown, like a light brown, really lightly, and then they'll use the darker browns slowly, added layers, and he came out alright, I guess. And then for the fur, I really like how the fur came out. Honestly, I can't exactly remember what colors I used, but just by looking at it, I think I used just a regular yellow, like a really light yellow, or kind of like a peach color. It was, I think, it was kind of like a peach color. And like I said, I didn't press that hard on the pencil when I was coloring. I just went really lightly. The color pencil was barely touching the paper, and I just went over the whole thing just so it wouldn't be white. And then for the dark areas, for the shadows, I used, I believe, like an orange or a brown, light brown, but I went really light. I think I used the same brown I used for the highlights on the skin, or I don't remember, but I think I used an orange too, just to make it stand out a little bit more and have more contrast. I'm not sure if I used the red. For some reason I kind of see some red on there, but I'm not sure if that's just the orange. So I think I used the orange really lightly, and I just went over the darker areas. I used, I think, a really light brown for that, and then I just went over a little bit with the orange, not pressing. I went even more lightly on the orange just so they wouldn't show that much. But overall he came out pretty good. And then after that, for the eyes, I just used the red and a pink, a magenta. As you guys can see, the lines are a little bit shaky, and that's because they're really small. I made them really small, so yeah, so that doesn't really matter. You guys could do a better job. And then on the ear, I just used the really light brown on the whole ear, and then I went over it with kind of like a brown red, and I just went over the light brown really lightly. And then for the bottom, I used a darker brown over that. So yeah, so just, I think it came out alright. And then after I finished all that, I just went over the whole drawing, not the whole drawing, but the outline, like the exact outline. I just made it a little bit thicker with the Sharpie, and that's just to make it pop out, stand out a little bit more. The only thing that I could have changed probably is, if I go back and change, is in between the legs, the like the stomach area. I should have made that a little bit darker, since there's no light going to that. Probably would have made it look a little bit more better. But overall, I think he came out good. So I hope I helped you guys. I wasn't that off from the reference. So hopefully I helped you guys and you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys haven't checked out my other videos, then I suggest you do. I have a lot of how to draw mega Pokemon, and if you guys have any suggestions, I could draw any Pokemon you guys want as a tutorial, because I could do speed drawings, but I'm not sure that many people like those. I think they rather have there's not a lot of tutorials on step by step on how to draw Pokemon, so I'm trying to stick with that. And yes, and I also have a lot of evolutions, because I'm trying to do all of them. Right now I have Umbreon, Flareon, Jolteon, Vaporeon, which is the one I really like how it came out, and it's one of the easiest to do. But I think the one that came out the best was Jolteon, which, as you guys can see on top of them. So yeah, so I'm gonna start doing all the evolutions, but if you guys have any suggestions, then just leave a like and a comment, and I'll try to do it as in the next few days. So yeah, so just want to say thanks for watching. Like the video, subscribe if you guys haven't, and I'll see you guys next time. 707 Bros Town out.